me in enough to keep me guessing. And maybe I should stop and start confessing, yeah. Oh, I've been shaking. I love it when you go crazy. You take all my inhibitions, baby. There's nothing holding me back. You take me places that tear up my reputation, manipulate.
minutes to ensure a smooth and respectful ceremony and conference. Please turn off your mobile phone or switch them to silent mode. Thank you for your cooperation.
教授们有互动是一个非常好的一个经验。
我们这组主要是在做电池相关的环保议题，然后透过别组的关于 SDGs 永续发展的报告，我们可以更了解 SDGs 在做什么，然后还有可以怎么去达成这个目标。
大家好。私たちは日本の駒場東方から来ました。台湾の方々は僕たち日本人を、熱く歓迎してくれて、とても親切でフレンドリーで僕たちはとても感謝しています。
We feel so grateful to be here. 感恩。
永续发展 SDGs 赞。We are from Taichung Second Senior High School.
耶！谢谢。
Good morning, everyone. The opening ceremony will begin in 3 minutes. To ensure a smooth and respectful ceremony and the conference, please turn off your mobile phone. Please turn off your mobile phone or switch them to silent mode. Switch them to the silent mode. Thank you for your cooperation. Good morning, everyone. The opening ceremony will begin in 1 minute. 1 minute. To ensure a smooth and respectful ceremony and conference, please turn off your mobile phone or switch them to silent mode. Thank you for your cooperation.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to High School Students Conference on Inquiry and Practice in relation to Sustainable Development Goals. My name is Kevin.
And my name is Joyce. On behalf of National Tainan First Senior High School and Alumni Association of National Tainan First Senior High School, thank you for coming to this momentous celebration of learning.
Today, we have the honor to welcome teachers and students from different corners of the world. Please give yourself a big round of applause. And we'd also like to extend a welcome to distinguished guests. Please allow us to introduce them to you.
Event organizer, Principal Liao Cai-gu from National Tainan First Senior High School. Event advisor, Chief Secretary Lin Bo-qiao, the Ministry of Education. Senior Specialist Huang Huaiying, K-12 Education Administration. Division Chief Zheng Shiting, K-12 Education Administration. Section Assistant Zhang Congming, K-12 Education Administration.
President of National Taiwan University, Dr. Chen Wen-Chang. Special Assistant to Legislator Lin Junxian. Director of National Alumni Association of National Tainan First Senior High School, Mr. Zhuo Yongchong. Chairman of the Scholarship Foundation of National Alumni Association, Mr. Wu Juntai. Chairman of the PTA Association, Dr. Yang Rongzhe.
Honorable Chairman of Tainan City Alumni Association, Liu Mingdao. Chairman of Taipei City Alumni Association, Xie Tianren. Representative Alumni Association, Zheng Fengcong, Wang Mingzhi. Chairman of a PTA Advisory Board, Yan Jiarui. And our honorable judges from National Chen University, Dr. Taichung Li, Dr. Liu Guangyin, Dr. Wang Haowen.
And we also have professors from National Chen University. We have also guests from the Academia Sinica Science Education Cluster of the K-12 Administration and Capture Technology. And representatives from the PTA Association. And principal of Kunoni Gakuen Senior High School, Mr. Hiroshi Kuno. Principal of Kyoto Prefectural Toba High School, Mr. Tanaka Saiki. Principal of Shinjo Higashi High School, Mr. Kunhiko Tamiya.
And also teachers from Miyagi First Senior High School from Japan. And teachers from Fujita Hayaga High School from Japan. And the Sendai Sura Secondary Education School from Japan. And Komaba Toho Junior and Senior High School from Japan. And Risei Sha Guen and Toyo Naka Junior High School from Japan.
Fukiai Senior High School from Japan. Kaishin High School from Japan. Seicho Junior High and Senior High School from Japan. Yamagata Prefecture Tourism and Products Association.
Next one, in Experimental High School, Ho Chi Minh City University of Education from Vietnam. Next one, Canto University Elite High School from Vietnam. Next one, Lawrence S. Ting Memorial School from Malaysia. Next one, Chinese High School, Bottom Pahang from Malaysia. Next one, Kuching High School from Malaysia.
Riam Rose Secondary School from Malaysia. Surawiwat School, Suranaree, University of Technology from Thailand. UST Angelicum College from the Philippines. GT Ellen Gun College from Hong Kong. Kaohsiung Municipal, Kaohsiung Senior High School. The affiliated Taoyuan Agricultural Industrial Senior High School of National Taipei University of Technology.
Next one, National Experimental High School at Hsinchu Science Park from Hsinchu. Next one, Taichung Municipal Taichung Industrial Senior High School from Taichung. Next one, Taichung Municipal Taichung Girls Senior High School from Taichung. Next one, Taichung Municipal Wen-Chang Senior High School from Taichung. Next one, Tainan Deguang Catholic Senior High School from Tainan.
Kaohsiung Municipal Kaohsiung Girls Senior High School. Kaohsiung Municipal Qianzhen Senior High School. National Chaozhou Senior High School. National Tainan First Senior High School. Meanwhile, we would like to extend a welcome to teachers and students coming present in the Chinese-speaking sessions, joining us online from the second audiovisual classroom. Thank you all for coming. And dear guests, please welcome Dr. Liao Caigu, Principal of National Tainan First Senior High School, to give us an opening speech.
Dear distinguished guests, including Director General Wen-Chang from the Ministry of Education, President Chen of National Taiwan University, and President of Parent Association, Dr. Yang Rongzhe, and the teachers and students from Japan, Hong Kong, Vietnam, Thailand, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Taiwan. Welcome to the 2025 High School Students Conference on Inquiry and Practice in relation to the SDGs. As sustainability development increasingly become a global priority, education is no longer merely about the transmission of knowledge. It is the starting point for action. Therefore, we are deeply honored to once again host this international conference centered around the SDGs. This event gathers high schools from various countries who, through hands-on inquiry and practice, demonstrate their concern for the planet and respond creatively to the new curriculum and the demand of a new era in education. Looking back on our conference last year, we welcomed 17 teams from 3 countries. This year, thanks to enthusiastic responses support from all sectors, the scale has expanded to 40 teams from 7 countries. We are joined by 8 teams from Japan, 4 from Vietnam, 3 from Malaysia, and 1 team each from the Philippines, Thailand, and Hong Kong. At the same time, 22 teams from Taiwan. The level of participation not only exemplifies the concert realization of educational internationalization, but also highlights the strong concern and the capacity for action among youth on sustainability issues. This conference showcases how high school students begin from local issues and connect globally, identifying problems, proposing solutions, and driving change through interdisciplinary inquiry and practice. We firmly believe this process is not only a demonstration of learning outcomes, but also a crucial opportunity to cultivate global citizenship. Over the next 3 days, we will listen to the voices of young people speaking to the world within the international renowned National Chen University and explore Tainan City, a city with 4 centuries of rich heritage. We extend our sincere gratitude to our partners and sponsors, the Ministry of Education, and the K-12 Education Administration for their guidance, President Chen of National Taiwan University for delivering the keynote lecture, the National Alumni Association of Tainan First Senior High School, the other alumni associations, parent associations, and the National Chen University for their generous support. We also thank the dedicated teachers leading each international team, the students for their wholehearted engagement, and the outstanding administrative team of Tainan First Senior High School. Let us forward to sparking more innovative ideas for these days of sharing and exchange and work together toward a better future. Wishing this conference great success. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Liao.
Following Dr. Liao's speech, we are delighted to welcome Dr. Wen-Chang, Chief Secretary of the Ministry of Education, to give us a speech. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Principal Liao from National Tainan First Senior High School, President Chen from National Taiwan University, and all of the 40 teams of educators and students from Japan, Hong Kong, Vietnam, and the Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia, and Taiwan. Good morning. I would like to express my sincere welcome to all of you to 2025 High School Students Conference on Inquiry and Practice in relation to Sustainable Development Goals. Of course, once again, hosted by National Tainan First Senior High School. So this year's conference marks significant growth from 17 teams, just like the Principal Liao mentioned, from 17 teams across 3 countries in 2024 to 40 teams from 7 countries this year. I think this is a remarkable achievement, right? So this impressive expansion is a testament to the deepening collaboration between Taiwan's high school and the international partners. Let's give a warm round of applause to ourselves. And thank you. And to the dedicated team at National Tainan First Senior High School for making this possible. Continuing the theme of last year, this conference focuses on the United Nations 2030 Sustainable Development Goals in tandem with inquiry and practice, a cornerstone of Taiwan's 12-year education curriculum since 2019. This approach promotes cross-disciplinary learning, encouraging students to connect theory with real-world application. In the face of today's pressing global challenges, from climate change to transformative impact of AI education, must go beyond traditional knowledge transmission. We are called to equip students with the ability to think critically, to act responsibly, and integrate the technology in pursuit of sustainable solutions. The presentation we will see today, it exploits this spirit. Many teams have harnessed the power of AI for data analysis and simulation, grounded their work in local context, and validated their ideas with practical action. These projects reflect a strong sense of global awareness and a deeper commitment to the SDGs. Thanks to National Chen University for organizing the second day for the program for international teams, which include the lecture, group discussions, and student presentations. This enriching experience will deepen participants' understanding of the SDGs and help cultivate cross-disciplinary integration, innovative thinking, and the spirit of action. The Ministry of Education hopes this conference will serve as a meaningful platform for exchange, learning, and inspiration, ones that creates lasting memories and nurtures the next generation of global citizens. On behalf of the Ministry, I warmly welcome all educators, students from Taiwan and abroad. I also invite you to experience the warmth, hospitality, and the vibrant culture of Taiwan. I wish the conference great success and wish you all good health, new friendships, and lasting inspiration. And by the way, National Tainan First Senior High School is my beloved alma mater. And Tainan City is where I grew up. So don't forget to walk around and enjoy your stay here in this historical, culture, and charming city. Thank you.
So this event cannot be complete without the support of our alumni community. We have prepared a certificate of appreciation to show our deepest gratitude. Please welcome Principal Liao and the Director of the National Alumni Association of the National Tainan First Senior High School, ROC, Mr. Zhuo Yongchong, to the stage. Also, this fantastic event cannot be complete without the guidance and the sponsorship of several distinguished alumni. It is our honor to have the chance to invite Dr. Chen Wen-Chang, President of the National Taiwan University, to give us the keynote speech. We have prepared a certificate of appreciation to express our gratitude. Please welcome Dr. Chen. Thank you, Dr. Chen and Principal Liao. Please return to seats. So in order to capture this precious moment, we will take a group photo together. The photographer will take the photo from the stage. While the staff is preparing the banner, if you are wearing a face mask, we kindly ask you to remove it briefly for the photo. Please take off your face mask. Please take off your face mask. Okay. The photographer is on the stage. So are you ready? Are you ready? So, on 3, 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Thank you, everyone.
Now, the conference officially begins. As mentioned earlier, we are very honored to have Dr. Chen Wen-Chang, President of National Taiwan University, to deliver our keynote address, Development and Challenges of Green Materials. We believe that Dr. Chen's words of wisdom will inspire young and mature minds alike. Please join us in a warm welcome for Dr. Chen.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I would like to thank my mother high school, our alumni school, Tainan First High School, to invite me to give the speech. I'm very happy to coming back to the high school. I was graduate from this high school in the year of 1981. And after that, I joined National Taiwan University for the undergraduate study, then went to the United States and coming back to NGU until now. And second thing is I'm also very happy to see the young students to come into for this SDG competition. It's very important subject, and it's a global issues, and I'm particularly happy is that the young student, they can engage in such global issue in a young age, and I believe that you will make great contribution in the futures. And my subject today is a little, focusing on one subject in the SDG, is green materials. And what I'm going to talk about is the recycling, reuse, and application of green materials. And let me show you this photograph, okay? Oh, sorry. 这个 laser point 是这个吧？上面这个 ，OK。So I'm coming back, okay. Let me show you this, okay? There are the green materials. When we define that is the materials that impose minimal environmental burden through their cycles. So it includes a few processes, include raw material extraction, product manufacturing, application, and the post-use recycling. Okay, this is the cycle we want. And for the case of green materials, include the circular materials, purification material, renewable energy materials, and the green building materials. So the upper part means how to recycling and reuse. And the second part is when we try to do this process, what kind of material they include, okay? So let us see this material, this diagram here. This is a raw materials. We get the raw material from environment. And after that, we manufacturing became the products. And one day, when we did not use it, it's the end of their life. Traditional, we just, disposable these materials, okay, or burn it. However, if we burn it, usually this will contribute to the greenhouse gas emissions, and that cause the pollution or global warming as we face right now. Okay, so what we want is that could it be possible by the end of life of these green material products, we can collect it and the recycling, okay, recovering, recycling, and reuse it. That's what we want. That will be help us to maintain the resources from the world. And as we can see from that's our daily life, we eat many different kind of vegetable, fruit, and pork or some seafoods. However, this kind of materials we can use the extraction and also that manufacturing to become the useful products. In particular for those kind of high value added product. That's what we want. So therefore, what I try to tell you today is that first of all, I would like to introduction different kind of green materials, and then I will separate into three strategies. The first one is the feedstock based development. I mean the resources of a raw material. That's the first stage. And the second one is the case of the how we can recycling the this biomass waste. Okay, and the third one is that this is naturally, and we have man-made from petroleum sources. We produce of that of plastic waste. How we can recycle this petroleum-based, this man-made plastic into useful products. That's what we want. And the final one is a little difficult, but I would like to give you some basic idea. Is that I would like to introduce how we use the polysaccharide, that means sugars, for the electronic applications. Okay, so let's see here. This slide here is that we have different kind of generations of the circular material from the naturalists, or that we try to produce it from naturalists. This is the first generation. It's a food-based biomass materials. For example, the corn or potatoes. And the pro is that this is the most established technology and easy for the purifications. However, they have a cons too, is that we need to compete with the food. That's a good idea for us to use that. So it's better that we use that, the renewable or biomass materials, not to compete with the food. That's what we want. As you can, maybe some people, some students or our guests, you remember about 20 years ago, DuPont, they tried to made our clothes from the corn or potatoes, but well, finally it fails because they compete with our food. It's not a good idea to compete with that. So therefore, the second thing is that we try to get this material from lignin or from cellulose. Okay, that's a better idea to do that. So therefore, for the second stage is we try to develop lignin cellulose bio-based materials because the low cost and is a waste. Well, we can try to either burning or recycling. Well, of course, we want to recycling. And also, this kind of material, they can combine with current petroleum industry to make it either become a useful products. That's what we want. However, there is some difficulty too, because if you want to extraction from the lignin or cellulose, it's difficult. So we need to use a very special chemical technology to do that. Therefore, it's a high technical compressibility in pretreatment and also energy intensive. So therefore, we try to do that, but it's a little difficult and need intensive research to do that. And the third generation is algae-based materials, and this is high yield in per unit area. And very fortunately, actually, in Tainan, we have a Professor Zhang from National Chen University in the Annan Qu in Tainan City. He did try to produce the algae-based material from that. And the good thing is that the high yield in per unit areas, and also that it is effective in reducing the carbon dioxide emission, and it does not compete with our current stuff and the low production cost. Okay. However, it has a cons too. It's need cultivation and harvesting technologies. This takes time to do that, and high capital investment is another things, and less mature technology. So currently, most of the people, they try to use the second stage generation, okay, for the circular materials. That's what we are doing right now. Well, it looks like it takes time. Oh, anyway, so we already show you this the the green material strategy. This is the feedstock-based development. And as we just discussed, is that we have 3 generations. The first one is the bio-feedstock, that's coming from the food. And the second one is from the, as I say, from lignin, cellulose, those kind of materials. Okay, that's the naturally what we can get, and without competing with our food. And the third thing is the algae-based materials, and this is under development. So we try to get the material with low cost without competing with our food, and then use the equipment we currently have in chemical industry. Therefore, we don't need to waste too much time for that. And therefore, after that, we try to get a good product from that. So, however, when we get these feedstocks, we needed to do the biorefining. That means we needed to do the pretreatment, and then we establish the platform. For example, we want to make a sugar, syngas, protein, and from that, and then after the pretreatment processing, we get the things we want. For example, we get a pure lignin, cellulose, hemicellulose, okay? And then after that, we get the the building block for making the product, okay? That's what we try to do. And following that, we get the product either for the case of energy, fuel, or materials. That's what we want. So we have a few steps for that. Okay, so this is the diagram we try to establish for a case of this kind of biomass-based materials. For example, in the first stage, we get the feedstock from the agriculture, but that shouldn't compete with our food. Or you can only use their waste. That's what we want. So we get the agricultural stuff, okay, or natural resources, or get from pulp, cellulose, waste paper, and other kind of waste agricultural products, for example, soybean or others. That's what we want. And after that, we use the chemical technologies, try to build a platform. For example, we get a sugar, starch, cellulose, syngas, and oil, biogas, or food waste, okay, from different kind of a purification and refining process. And then we get the things what we want. This is usually probably you can get from petroleum industry. You get some acid, alcohol, or aldehyde, okay? So you get, for example, a glycol, succinic acid, and or econic acid, and syngas. Well, some of them, you may know, that's the main product for cosmetics or others, okay, or health food. And this will require some chemical technology, for example, extraction, hydrolysis, fermentation, or others. So this is the current technology we use. What we try to do is we try to apply this chemical technology to the biomass or the waste. That's what we try to do. And after that, we get the building block. That's what I'm saying. Is we get either the glycol or those kind of alcohol, and acid, okay, and others. As you know, if you want to make a good materials, you need a building block. For example, acid, alcohol, right? So when you get that, you can make many products and just use the current, the chemical equipment to do that. So here is an example, okay, for the case of lignin. Okay, this is lignin, and as you can see, this is we get initially from lignin feedstocks. Okay, I think that probably some people know about. Well, we have a lot of forests, in particular NGU. We have experimental forest in Nantou, well, it's a middle part of Taiwan, so we can get a lot of lingering stuff there, and we also have a lot of waste because we have trees or others. The problem is that in our country we did not collect them. Otherwise, we can get a lot of good things from that. So you get the lingering feedstocks, and then you use the chemical platform. As I say, we use the extraction, purification, or other kind of refining technology, and then you get the hydrocarbon. This is a hydrocarbon properly. Well, we can get, for example, the chemical you always say benzene, taurine, or others, and the phenols, oxidized products. That's these are the usual chemical products, and sometimes you can get the oligomers. I mean, for example, the cellulose, or get the nanofiber from that, and or syngas products. And after that, this kind of good stuff you can use in particular cosmetics, okay, and food or carbon fiber adhesive, plastic, and the paper industry dispersants, and the pharmaceutical stuff, medicines, okay? So this is the application. So this is the diagram we want. If we do not want to count on, you know, that from the petroleum-based stuff, this is what we want. We get the things from the naturally material, and then we use the either extraction from the natural material or from the waste, and then we get the chemical and the building block, and finally we try to produce these high value added products. That's what we want. And another thing is, after you get this product, we will recycling and starting from here, and recycling and reuse. That's what we want for our nature. Okay, so here is the integration with the lingering biorefining with the petroleum industry. Okay, currently what we are doing is the bottom skin here. We get the crude oil, okay? For example, we probably get the Middle East, okay? Then we send it to Channel Petroleum or the Formosa Petroleum Company, and then we use the general, you know, the producing process from chemical for refining these petroleum become useful products. So this is the general process we do, and finally we get a chemical or material or get some kind of carbon and get a product. So this is the general process we are doing for our petroleum industry. So if we want to include our biomass or bio-waste to the current petroleum industry, what we can do is that let's forget about the crude oil, okay? Let's forget about the crude oil from Middle East, okay? What I do is that we get from, for example, from wood, we can get the biomass feedstock legally. And then we extraction, refining it, we get a much pure legally. Then follow up, we use the you know, the chemical equipment they have, they get the product. So what we cut is the resources. We don't want the petroleum stuff. If in the future it is possible, we get out from our biomass feedstocks. However, we can use the current equipment we have. That's the idea we want to do. Okay, so this is some status that Taiwan industry try to do. This a few years ago, probably 4 years ago. However, still quite similar, as we can see. From the initial feedstock, biorefining, platform, building block, and the final application. Actually, in Taiwan, we have different kind of company, what they are doing, either making the cellulose product, biobutanol, and the pulp stuff from the agriculture, syngas for the bioenergy, biobutanol. We are doing this, or we use that for the synthetic reason from bioresources. So from the upstream to downstream, we have another company, they are doing that, okay? But however, there is one thing we need to count on other country. Because in Taiwan, usually we don't collect this biomass, okay? Or we don't, get from a lot of quantity from natural resources. So basically, the cost is very high. So sometimes we are counting on the South East Asia countries or from Europe. We are counting on them. And probably a few days ago, if you read the news, you saw the news from our Pingtung County. We do have a company, they use the waste fish stuff. They make the new clothes from that. So that's one idea. However, as I say, if you want to get a mass production, a large quantity is necessary. And if you see the global trend on that, this is 4 years ago, we can see that the bio-based polymers, they are growing, okay? And not only for the case of commodity polymer, for example, polyethylene, PET, and PP, they are also including the functional polymer. So the biomass or bio-based polymer, they are increasing the application. I think probably some people, a lot of people, they use the PLA because it's biodegradable. And where I work with the foremost of plastic on the biodegradable polyethylene for quite a few years, because in Taiwan, almost everyone used the plastic bag for the packaging. However, it produces a lot of waste. So if they can be photodegrade or biodegrade, it will help our environment on that. So the application of bio-based polymer will increase, because no matter how hard it works, our petroleum-based oil, the crude oil, probably we can use 100 more years. But how about after 100 more years? It will become difficult. So we have to develop another replace technology for that. So this is another example from Japan. Japan is they try very hard on the bioplastic. So you can see from the case of a reduction on the petroleum-based material. For example, they don't want to use the single-use plastic. Our government will also try to do that, and reuse and recycle these kind of fossil materials and recycling the biomass stuff. They are also doing the same thing, and they have a long-term plan from 2020 to 2035. Try to increase reduce and reuse, recycling and reapplication of this polymer product, and you can see that it includes different kind of biodegradable materials or non-biodegradable material. If biodegradable, they can probably become a small chemical stuff and reuse them. In non-biodegradable, then we will also try to use other kind of stuff. For example, you can use the chemical degradation for that and then reuse that. So I believe in the future it will be very important for our environment and also for our sustainability too. Okay, and also there are some other kind of strategy. The first thing is that we try to use that from the biomass or natural resources. The second thing is that we try to recycle and reuse from the man-made products. Man-made means, well, not from nature, probably from petroleum we make the from product. For example, that you can see, well, there we can use the coffee waste, okay? And then we try to make them into the fiber and the clothes. There are quite a few companies they are working on that, and actually they are quite successful because coffee always smells good, right? And if you clothes they have some coffee fragrance, I think that a lot of people like to do that. So some company they they collaborate with the country in the middle, that Americans, because they produce a lot of coffee, and for the waste, they can remade into the fibers and used for textile. That's what they are doing right now, and it's actually 100% reusable. Okay, and not only the regular our stuff in our daily life, we can also use that for the printer cable or for the high technologies product. This is lignin, and we use for the high frequency printer cable substrate. Therefore, for example, you get from the vanillin, okay, and this is alcohol, okay, one kind of alcohol, and then after that, you produce the these flame retardant stuff, and also that for the printer cable, the epoxies and that. So this is already used in our high frequency printer cable. Actually, the company is in the south part of Taiwan. We also already have some company. They use the bio-based stuff to produce high frequency printer cable. So that's possible. And well, this is my research. About 4 years ago, I tried to produce a very tough and low dilation constant polyimide films. Well, let me check. Is there anyone who do not use a smartphone in this lecture room? No, right? Everyone use the smartphone in our lecture room. Do you know that in your smartphone there is a flexible printer cable? You know what kind of substrate is that? It's polyimide. So you make the flexible printer cable from that. Wow, 3 minutes left. I haven't. I just get warm up. Anyway, so what we try to do is that we use these biomass resources. Okay, this is diamine, and we combine that with the biomass feedstocks and make the polyimide from natural resources. As you can see, they are quite strong, and mechanical property is very good, and with high thermal degradation temperature, so they can be used in transistors or others. Okay, so this is one kind of example for that. I have to speed up, and also you can use lignin cellulose combined with the biomass platform, in particular polymerize with the carbon dioxide. So in this case, you can use lignin cellulose and also use the carbon dioxide to produce polycarbonate. So this is very useful. And you can also get the cellulose from the gouriang. I think Jinmen Gaoliang. Okay, you can get from there, and you extraction and get the cellulose nanofibers, and these kind of nanofibers they can either used as a mechanical reinforced materials for the substrate, packaging materials, or medicals. So you can get that from the 高粱酒 the waste from that. Okay, 高粱 wine waste. And the other thing is in Japan, they also can be use cellulose for the composite. So you can see from here, they get the cellulose, then they combine with our current polymers, and then get a very strong fibers on that and the materials on that. And this is example. For example, the cellulose. This is a car. Okay, there are many different kind of parts. So if you can use the cellulose combined with our the chemical polymer molding process, you can make every part of the cars what you want, what you need. So in Japan, actually, including Toyota and another company, they are doing that. Okay, and the other example is that you can recycling from the current plastic waste on that. So this is the the CD we get a few years ago, polycarbonate. So if you use hemolysis, you can get the diol, and then you polymerize, became polyurethane elastomer for that our flexible socks. Okay, actually this process, the product has been used in the Olympic game a few years ago for the our athletes. Okay, so and the other thing is that we can also combine with the PET, the plastic. From that we degrade it, and then combine with the carbon dioxide, we make the elastomer from polyurethane. So this is another process. Just use traditional to do it. Okay, and for the case of the windmill, as you know that now we have the offshore wind offshore wind stuff on that. So the polycarbonate is for that. That we can 100% recycling from the polycarbonate or epoxy from that. This is the process what we did. And the key point is that we needed to use the catalyst on that. Okay, and right now we are developing. Well, maybe we don't need the catalyst. Now we are using the chemical process just to cut the bonding and then to get it. Okay, now I only want to show you one slide. Please let me know. Maybe allow me to have one more minute to show you that. And a few years ago, I tried to use the sugar to replace the petroleum stuff to make our transistor or smartphone substrate. Okay, so what we use is the sugar. Okay, so I collaborate with the friends. So as you can see from this kind of polysaccharide, they can either make light-emitting diode, transistor, memory, or others. And the thing is that you can organize into different kind of morphology. Okay, from this kind of sugar-based block of polymers. Let me speed up a little bit, and maybe I just show you this stuff. Okay. Okay, let me show you this. Okay, so a few years ago, we make a sugar-based block of polymer. It's a sugar, it's a polystyrene, okay? And this kind of block of polymer, because of hydrophobic, hydrophilic difference, they can organize into the either the cylinder or sphere. And because of hydroxy group, they can either charge or discharge the electrons. So when you use a transistor, you apply the voltage. They can extract or they can capture the electrons. And then when you reverse the electric field, they discharge. Okay, so this is the stuff we want. But the interesting thing is that we use the different kind of annealing process. They can either become the sphere and a vertical cylinder or horizontal cylinder. And in this case, they can have different kind of writing and erasing voltage windows, okay? When you have different kind of voltage. So the interesting thing is that the reason is when you have the vertical cylinder, the contact surface area with the charge is different from the horizontal cylinder. This is more, so they can, attract or capture more charge. So their memory window is larger. So you can use the sugar-based block of polymers to manipulate the memory windows. Either they are vertical cylinder or horizontal cylinder or others. I'm sorry, it looks like they did not give me enough time to say all the things. That what I try to show you is that, well, you can also use sugar to make a transistor for your computers. So anyway, there are many different kind of stuff. For example, we can also use pure sugar for the warm memories, okay? And also you can also use, for example, this is sugar with elastomer. You can use that because of different kind of morphology, warm, fresh, or DRAM, because of their morphology. So that's the beauty of the natural materials from that. So in this case, I cannot say too much on that, although I have a lot of things. They can also use the photo transistor memory for the, for a lot of different kind of applications. But it looks like I do not have enough time to say that. So anyway, I have to stop here, although I have a lot of things to say. But what I'm trying to tell you today is that please do not, just burn your product and dispose of your product. Try to collect it, refining it, recycling it, and reuse into useful product. That's what I try to say for today. I'm sorry I did not have enough time to tell you all what I'm to say, but I hope that I can give you basic ideas that we can use the natural produced material, or we can recycle and reuse, reapplication the natural-based material, or we can recycle and reuse, reapplication of man-made petroleum materials. Just use our current chemical technology or chemical equipment. Thank you. Sorry, I do not have enough time for you to ask me questions. But anyway, I will just walk around to see your poster. So probably if you have any question, you can ask me at that time. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chen, for your wonderful keynote speech. And please join us for another big round of applause for Dr. Chen's amazing speech. We will have our tea break shortly. Refreshments and beverages are available outside this venue. As a reminder, food and drinks are not allowed inside. While enjoying the snacks, we encourage you to take a stroll around the square and to see the posters presented by different schools. This is a great opportunity to learn more about their work and engage in discussion. For all presentation teams, please find your slide and confirmation time and place on the file holder of your team. This is to ensure a smooth flow of the session. Okay. The conference will resume at 20 past 10. Please be back in your seat by then. Today's presentation session will begin shortly. Please have a seat as soon as possible to ensure a smooth start. We appreciate your cooperation.
Mr. Chen Junyi, Mr. Chen Junyi, would you please approach the stadium? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, today's first presentation session will begin shortly. Please have a seat as soon as possible and ensure have a smooth start. We appreciate your cooperation. The last minute before we begin the session. One last minute before we begin the session. Everyone, please take a seat. Everyone, please take a seat. The first session will begin shortly. Everyone, would you please take a seat? The first session will begin shortly. 正要开始。Honorable guests, presentation teams, and auditing students, we hope you are feeling well rested. This session promises exciting presentations that will undoubtedly spark your imagination, ignite your quest for knowledge. So get ready for an exciting journey. Before we begin, please note that each team has 10 minutes to showcase your ideas. Our staff will hold a play card to remind you of the time, 3 minutes, and 1 minute before your time is up. When you read the play card showing time's up, please finish your presentation immediately. The microphone will be turned off at the same time. Our commentators will make a remark on your presentation at the end of a session. 3 honorable commentators are joining us today. They will provide constructive feedback after the presentations. Please join us in welcome them. First one is Dr. Taichung from National Taichung University. Also from Taichung University, Dr. Wang Haowen. Our last commentator is Dr. Liu Guangyan from National Taichung University. So let's get started. Please welcome the first team. The team members are from different schools, including Taichung Municipal, Taichung Girls Senior High School, Taichung Municipal, Taichung First Senior High School, and Taichung Municipal, Taichung Industrial Senior High School. They will speak upon Soaring like an eagle, exploration of self-made, eco-friendly blades for small wind turbines. Please welcome the team with a big round of applause.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dai Mingyu from Taichung First Senior High School.
And hello everyone, my name is Dai Mingyi. I'm from Taichung Industrial Senior High School.
Our project is to build a homemade turbine with efficiency and eco-friendly blades. And our presentation will include comments. The first part of the comments will explain our ideas and explorations of our research. And then we'll show our process of the blades and also the problems we have encountered and how we solve it. In the second part of the content, we will show you the data and the reflections, the results we have get, and the future investigations or improvements we can do more.
Okay, so in this project, we have to make a small wind turbine by ourselves. and enhance the power efficiency while making it environmental friendly. And according to the SDGs, we need to make it affordable, reliable, and sustainable. The most important point we want to talk about is the material of the blade. Right now, most of the wind turbine blades use the synthetic resin or fiberglass. These materials are easily to make good shape for aerodynamics, but they can be recycled. So we choose the wood for our material to build the blades. Woods are really easy to get and they are really light. And the most important point is that it can be recycled. So our goal is to use the wood to build the blades that have angles on the surfaces so that it can enhance the wind power efficiency. And this is a graph that shows different methods of recycling the blades. As you see, the most environmental friendly way to recycle is to use biodegradable materials. And that's why we choose the wood. And we've participated in the 2024 Kid Wind Energy Competition. And we found that using the wood to build the blades has been a popular trend due to those advantages I've just mentioned. So here are some challenges we've encountered. The first one is, how do we build a wind tunnel for testing? And how do we create a stable gear set to encounter different wind speeds? And the most important, how do we use wood to build the wind blades? For the first problem, we bought 4 large fans and some wood stripes to build the frame of the wind tunnel. Then we use the canvas to cover it outside. Then a wind tunnel with a wind speed of 2.6 meters per second is finished. We've also found that the base will shake during the testing. So we upgraded into the metal base. And by using the metal base, we can also easily change the gear set. And this is some different designs we've done. From left to right is the first generation to 5th generation. And now I'll show you the experiment development history. Before we determine the first design, we've done 2 prototypes to test which one works better. The 2 prototypes are the flat one and the one that has a curve on the surface. And the results show that the one that has the curve on the surface works better. And here are some other shapes that we have done, but they don't work really well. For the second generation of the blade, we want to make the turbine spin faster. So we extended the blade area. But the results show that the blade was too big and too heavy, so the turbine actually spins slower. So here are some new problems we have encountered. The most important problem is that we found that the blades are different, used in different wind speed. So we need to make different types of wind blades to encounter different wind speed. We want to create a format to build the new blades, so that we only need to change a little things to make different blades to encounter different wind speeds. And here's our process. First, we learned some designs from the book and built a mold using the plastic boards. Now we're using the Inkscape app to design different pieces of the blade. Each blade were made by 80 pieces of balsa wood. And after we laser cut the wood, we put them into a carbon fiber rods to make it more stable. Then we put on the mold and using the super glue to make the blade keep the shape. And after all the pieces stick together, we use the sandpaper to make the surface more smoothly. And after the blade is finished, we put it onto the base and we can start the testing. This is the app that we use to see how our turbine works.
And now I'm talking about for the outcomes. And here is our experiment sets for all the variables we need. First, the wind tunnel speed is 2.6 meters per second, and we use three turbine blades for a triangle, so we'll use 3 blades for every experiment. And the speed of gear ratio is 15 times faster, and we use 30 ohms resistance to test in 30 seconds, and we'll see the output of the total energies. And here is all the charts of the energy that generated. And also we'll show the blades and the turbines down there, so if you could take a look closer and touch it. And the first one done better than second and third is because the third and second one are much heavier and bigger, although they could get more energy, but they are too heavy to distract their energy they have gained. But after the third generation, the fourth and fifth done better and better as we reduce their weights and change a little bit design on their tips and each sections so they could get enough speed and also strength enough. And after we observed our fifth generation blades, we found out that some specific characters they need, like they need different pitch angles in different sections of the blades so they could encounter the most powerful in all the blades. And we can also find out like the tips should be smaller so they can get more speed to reduce the drags while the turbine is turning. And this helped out, we found out these blades are also effective but also eco-friendly. And here are some improvements that I think we should do more for this project. First, we will do more improvements on our wind hose so that we could get a more steady testing environment. And we'll also test in different blade materials, not just about the simple balsa wood, when we'll test in more different woods or eco-friendly materials. And here are also the potentials for the expansions, like we'll mix in different eco-friendly materials and also try on different out shapes for the blades. And after that, we will want to put in real world for testing in different environments, like the mountains or different places to make sure these projects we can done in reality. And these are the developments we have learned for this project, like the renewable energy technology, sustainable materials, and also the energy efficiencies for the turbines. And this is all for our projects. Thank you for listening. And this QR code and website shows all of our records and the original data forms that we have done for this experiment. So if you can scan it and take a look inside, you can see more about this project. Thank you.
Thank you. The next team is from Surawiwat School, Suranaree, University of Technology from Thailand. They will speak upon self-assembly nanoparticles for targeted photodynamic cancer therapy. Please welcome the team.
Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to present about cell assembly nanoparticle for targeted photodynamic cancer therapy. First, let me introduce our group, Ms. Phimnala Pesuli and Ms. Taichung Luangtong. Does everyone know about cancer? Cancer is the biggest health problem in the world, causing about 9.7 million deaths every year. That is 1 in 5 people. It happens when the cells in the body go out of control because of change in their genes. The rise in cancer cases makes us want to learn more about how to treat it. Currently, there are several ways to treat cancer, like chemotherapy, surgeries, or radiation therapy. But this treatment can have a serious effects on the body. For example, chemotherapy often causes hair loss. That's why we should study a cancer treatment with a fewer side effects. Photodynamic therapy or PDT. This method is considered safe and has minimal impact on the body. It using a light at a specific wavelength, usually near infrared, to activate a photosensitizer near the cancer cell. This photosensitizer accumulates in the tumor through a phenomenon known as EPR effect. It happens because cancer cells grow abnormally, causing gap in the blood vessel wall. It makes small molecule or nanoparticle can pass through and accumulate in the tumor. When the photosensitizer is exposed to the light, it will produce syncate oxygen, a highly reactive form of oxygen that can break down the structure of cancer cells. Therefore, for this experiment, we want to synthesize the compound in nanoparticle to use in PDT process. Our project is support sustainable development goal 3, good health and well-being, because it's improving cancer treatment using photodynamic therapy or PDT. And it also reduces side effects and improving patient quality of life. Also, our projects support SDG-9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure, because it's using nanotechnologies and molecular design to create a smart drug delivery system, and it support in medical technologies in the future. And for the photosensitizer that we shoot is ASA-BB because it can absorb and emit light at a specific wavelength or near infrared, and it easily to synthesize too. But it has a disadvantage. It doesn't dissolve in the water and isn't specific to cancer cell, so we decided to use a foreign substance.
And to solve this problem, we create GLUIC, made from oleic acid and glucosamine. Oleic acid helps control nanoparticle size for better tumor targeting through the EPI effect, while glucosamine targets cancer cell as energy source. We then mix GLUIC with ASA-BB to boost delivery. It amplifies property aromatase to form and improving nanoparticle creation. And additionally, lecithin and twin active also help to reduce surface tension, enhance the stability and also solubility in biological system. And here's our micelle formation from the complement that we mentioned earlier. And here's our objective. First, to study the preparation of nanoparticle in various form. Second, to investigate the photodynamic therapy property. Third, to form nanoparticle in a size range of 100 to 400 nanometers to enhance the EPI effect. Fourth, to examine the stability of nanoparticle. And 5, to compare efficiency between with or without oleic acid, acylic glucosamine, or GLUIC. And here's our methodology of our project divided into 2 parts. So the part is synthesis of oleic acid, acylic glucosamine, or GLUIC. So in this part, we will start by mixing oleic acid with NNH and EDC, and then we will add glucosamine and stir for 48 hours. And after that, we use the rotary evaporator to remove the solvent and purify it with the same. And then we will freeze our product to preserve its property. And the second part is the synthesis of lactic-glu ASA-BB and lactate ASA-BB. So in this part, we will prepare the ASA-BB by mixing it with the MSO and sonicate it. And we will prepare the twin active and lecithin by mixing it with in citric acid buffer, and then we will sonicate it. And after that, we will add the ASA-BB and stir for 1 hour, and then we will homogenize it for 5 times. And here's the part of result and discussion. So the first, we will measure the particle size by using the DLS technique. And the results show that the size of lactate ASA-BB approximately 129 nanometer, while lactic-glu ASA-BB was about 112 nanometer. And the bottom results show that our both of substance can pass through the EPI effect range of 100 to 400 nanometer, and that means they can enter through the cancer cell potentially. And the next result is a singlet oxygen releasing result. So in this result, we use the DPBF, which change its structure when reacting it with singlet oxygen and causing the change of light absorption. And the results show that both of substances can release oxygen efficiency with no difference significances. And we also measure the concentration of SRWP in both of substance. And the graph showed that the lactic SRWP was about 208 micromolar, while lactic SRWP was about 241 micromolar. And lastly is the stability test. So we measure it by store our substance in the water at 4 degrees Celsius, and then we will measure at day 0, 1, and 5. And the results show that both of substance remain stable and with no significantly differences.
From all the test results, it will be shown that our substances are designed in side rank and can release syncate oxygen, which is crucial for PDT, and are stable. Their potentials are support in cancer treatments. Our next strategy is we want to test both substance in cancer cell and normal cell to observe their ability to kill cancer cell and not influence in normal cell. Thank you for attention.
Thank you. Our next presentation is from National Tainan First Senior High School. Their topic is Research on Developing an Intelligent Energy-Saving Airflow Control System. Please welcome the team.
Hello, everyone. What do you look forward to seeing when you traveled around the world? Drought, forest fire, melting iceberg, or a hungry polar bear can't find any ice to stand on. This beautiful planet is being destroyed, and only you and I can protect it. We have a plan. Today, our topic is research on developing an intelligent energy-saving airflow control system. Our planet is in crisis. Polar bears lose their homes as ice melt, and forests burn in raging fires. Let's act now, embracing the SDGs to protect nature, fight climate change, and create a sustainable future for all. Together, we can make a difference. Today, I am presenting our research on developing an air controller. This system is dedicated to optimize the system in indoor environment, improving energy efficiency while maintaining air quality. Meanwhile, this system supports several SDGs goals, such as Goal 9, Industry, Innovation, and Infrastructure, Goal 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities, Goal 12, Responsible Consumption and Production, and Goal 13, Climate Action. Motivation. The motivation behind this study is to address the rising demand for energy-efficient solutions. As we all know, climate change is an urgent challenge. In response, countries around the world have enacted carbon bills and established carbon right exchanges, and Taiwan is no exception. Purpose of the study. First, combining the Internet of Things and edge computing technology, we have developed an intelligent airflow controller. Second, the airflow direction and intensity were controlled, and the relationship between wind speed and apparent temperature was explored. Third, it is expected that in the future, it can be combined with neural network-like technology to further save energy. In this figure, it shows that air conditioning accounts for 47.16% of electricity consumption in summer. Apparent temperature. It refers to the temperature felt by human skin, which is related to air temperature, humidity, wind speed, sunlight, and personal metabolic status. And this is our formula. Heat index. It refers to air temperature and relative humidity and defines different levels of danger. The relationship between wind speed and distance can be written with an exponential function, and shown in this figure. It shows that wind speed decreases as distance increases.
Research methods. To save and maintain the comfort of users, we develop an intelligent airflow control machine. To plan the feasibility of the project, set up the framework, create a model, and then refine any shortcomings after writing the result of the study. It is divided to 4 parts: fan, which is equipped by Raspberry Pi, web camera, IR camera, ultrasonic distance sensor, wind speed control, and energy optimization strategy conduct research. Research, analyze, and results. To understand the case at 21 degrees Celsius and the parent temperature at 19.8 degrees. For the energy use of non-fan unit, intelligent airflow control unit, traditional fan unit. We carried out the following experimental settings to simulate the daily electricity consumption situation. In figure 9, we divided environment into user zone and cooling zone, and the smart fan and traditional fan were set up in the cooling zone. In figure 10, our system saved about 16% compared to traditional fan. It shows our system has the least power consumption to the other 2 groups. Considering the user's working situation, our system is the best choice. In this table, it shows our system has the least air conditioning power consumption, and it also has the least average power consumption in the first 10 minutes. Conclusions. It can effectively direct the air from the air conditioning outlet to the specific object. It can accurately detect the position of the object and adjust the wind direction when it is moving. Reducing electricity demand and overall consumption can help reduce the electricity bill for your home or office. It is especially salient for Taiwan, which is mainly dependent on energy imports. Reducing carbon emissions has a positive effect on global warming. It can reduce the risk of heat stroke due to overheating in the elderly and improve the health issue. Suggestions. Health functions such as air purifiers or air quality monitors can be added to reduce the pollutant in the air and create a comfortable space. Combined with AI technology, it can analyze users' habits through its powerful computing power and create a more efficient and energy efficient fan according to people's needs. Changing the wind flow according to environmental variables and the size of the space can reduce the amount of cold air in the empty areas. In the end, our system is not just a system. It is a smart, responsive partner to your life. By saving energies, it can help create a greener future and smarter way of living.
Thanks for your attention.
Thank you. The next presentation is from Experimental High School, Ho Chi Minh City, University of Education in Vietnam. They will show us their learning outcome with paper, Happy Planet, a case study at Experimental High School, Ho Chi Minh City, University of Education. Please welcome the team.
Good morning. Good morning to our respected teachers and dear friends. We are honored to present our project, Happy Paper, Happy Planet, a case study at Experimental High School, Ho Chi Minh City, University of Education. This project was guided by Ms. Văn Thị Hồng Nguyệt and carried out by our team, Lưu Ngọc Bích, Nguyễn Ngọc Lan Anh, Huỳnh Thị Lan Phương, Lai Lý Thủy Tiên, and Lê Mai Thanh Trúc. Our presentation has 6 main parts: introduction, theoretical basic, research, result, analysis, discussion, and conclusion. Let's begin with something that frequently goes unnoticed: paper waste in school. It may seem like just a drop in the ocean, but its impact is far more reaching than we often realize. That's why we choose to research this project. Our project brings recycling to life with inspiring lessons that connect paper reuse with green blending. Through organizing activities like recycled card making for Vietnamese Teacher Days and the green paper in hand outflows on demand workshop, we revitalize on paper. In giving new life to on paper, students began to see the world with more care and more hope. That is the heart of our mission. From a recycled sheet, we spark change. Happy Paper, Happy Planet, a case big trend, start small.
Okay, so now let's move to part 2, theoretical basis. So before starting our project, we study how paper is made. Paper is made from plant fibers that using eucalyptus, pine trees, or just used for waste like straw and baguettes. However, in our project, we use to save the environment, we use something that's already around us, that is old paper. It's just a small step, but it helps reduce paper. That yes, and paper is something we use every day, but the way of making it that causes a lot of pollution, like solid waste, water pollution, and air emission. And now let's look at how we're recycling our paper. First, we cut paper into small pieces and then soak them into a paper, soaking them into water, and then we blended it into the pulp, and then mix it with more water. And step 3, we use a screen frame to take the pulp and then use a cloth to remove the water. And finally, we put the paper that we have made under the sunlight, or just using a hair dryer for a quick result. And this is a more simplified model of paper recycling process in Phong Keng, one of the largest paper recycling villages in Vietnam. And let's look at the comparison table between our project and Phong Keng. As you can see, our project is more safer and more natural, as we don't use any chemicals. However, while Phong Keng does. And more importantly, our project has taught a lot of students in our school that how to recycling paper just like we did. So that's why we believe that our project is not only green but also meaningful.
So I'm gonna explain why the paper pulp can form into a completely new sheet of paper. So as we already know, paper is made from cellulose fibers, and these fibers have high durability and a strong ability to connect with each other. So when we pour the pulp onto the screen, these cellulose fibers become closer and bond through the hydrogen bonds. These bonds occur when water molecules and the hydroxy group present in the cellulose molecules.
Eventually, these bonds strengthen and form a dense network. So during our process, we encounter a challenge. The residual chemicals were unsafe for edible seed germination and for users. So our solution was to only embed flower seed in the paper and wrap the edible one in used newspaper. So these are three main benefits paper recycling offers: energy savings, pollution reduction, and resource conservation. Regarding the Sustainable Development Goals, there are 17 global sets, and our project meets 5 of them, namely quality education, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, and life on land.
So the next part is the research part. In this part of our project, we surveyed 375 students from experimental high school, University of Education, and the survey's content includes students' awareness of sustainable development goals, their habit in using papers, and their opinions toward recycling process. And to supplement the surveys, we also interviewed 3 students from class 10.1 after attending the workshops, and we also make the students to update their tree planting process throughout the Padlet platforms. And in addition to study some related article, the first one is the Japanese green spell from papers, and the second one is the Europeans production cell plumes from agricultural waste. First, to begin, we collect newspapers from teachers and students and use that to organize the workshops, green paper in hand, art flow on demand, with guiding students through 6 hands-on steps. The results and analyze some data that we have from the surveys. There are 59.7% of the students assumes that newspapers can be recycled for reuse. There are 62.1% of the students reuse paper, and 31.7% of the students put the papers in the recycling bins. And the most significant thing is that the percent of students that understand 17th SDGs goal increased dramatically after the surveys from 25.5% to 100%. The result is that we collect 7 kilograms of newspapers and turn it into 18 cards. Student feedback after participating is very amazing. They say the workshops help them to know about the 7 SDGs, and the workshop improves students' understanding of paper recycling process and highlighting that seeds can also be sprout from paper card.
Moving to section 5, discussion. The project has contributed to 5 SDGs and helped students understand more about paper recycling and reducing waste in school. However, the recycling process is still really time-consuming, and the quality of recycled paper is not as durable as industrial paper. Participation is also limited, and expansion is also hindered by a lack of resources and support. According to our suggested improvements, in the future, the project will focus on finding ways to expand. We will try to improve the process and reduce the process by reducing water use and improving paper durability. The project also hopes to inspire other schools and organizations to act sustainably. And finally, in conclusion, the study highlights the environmental harm of paper consumption and students' awareness about this issue. Practical education, like making seed-embedded paper, was proved effective in promoting sustainability. And future studies should explore the long-term impacts of these activities. And finally, in overall, the project has proved that experiential education is the key to fostering sustainable behavior and achieving SDG. And this is the end of our project report. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you. Our next speakers are from Kaohsiung Municipal, Kaohsiung Senior High School. They will share with us some juicy stories about their research, juicy solar cells, fruitful innovations for clean energy. Please welcome the team.
Hello everyone, we are students from Kaohsiung Senior High School, and today I'm Chen Kaishi.
I'm Zhang Youjia.
And today we are going to introduce a fun and eco-friendly idea, the juicy solar cell. What a juicy solar cell is? It's a dye-sensitized solar cells that use natural fruits to make the solar cells. And it can turn the kitchen scraps into small sources of electricity. And I will introduce it to you today. And let's start with the energy problem. Now, the climate change is more and more serious, and the greenhouse is the main reason for climate change and climate crisis. The reason for it is greenhouse gases. However, the main way to produce electricity is still fossil fuels, which produce a lot of the greenhouse gases. At the same time, billions of people don't have a reliable and cheap electricity for daily lives. So we need energy that is clean, low cost, and easy to get. Our project offers an idea that's reusing natural waste like fruit skins to make solar cells. And first, what a dye-sensitized solar cells is? It is a solar cells that use the dyes to absorb the sunlight and generate the electricity. It's like a smaller and cheaper versions of silicon solar panel, but it works a little different from it. The first, the dyes absorb the sunlight and turn into excited state. And then the dye injects electrons into the titanium dioxide. And then the electrons will flow through the circuits, it will produce the electricity. And next, the electrolyte will regenerate the dyes, and the dyes can work again. And this is our materials. It's actually very simple. First, you need a conductive glass, and then you need a TiO2 paste which is spread on the glass. And then you need a juice or the butterfly pea water as we use. And then you need the iodine solution. And next, you need a graphite from pencil. And this is our step-by-step recipe for building solar cells. First, coat conductive sides of the glass with the TiO2 and use the tabs as a border to keep the layer even. And second, bake the glass at 450 degrees for half an hour. The heating can fuse the glass, fuse the TiO2 grains so the electrons can hop smoothly. And third, soak the glass into the juice made of the fruit skins overnight. The white TiO2 will turn into wine red. And four, while waiting, shade a second glass with graphite. And this will collect the electrons from outer circuit. And five, adding the electrolytes, 1 or 2 small drops of the iodine mix on the red glass. And 6, assemble, press 2 glass together with the binder clips, the red side with the graphite sides. And we tested under a solar simulator that shine lights equal to the brightness. And last, we will get an IV curve, and the numbers shows how clean our solar cells is.
Dye immersion time. In general, the longer the TiO2 slide is soaked, the more dye will attach on TiO2 slide. From the graph, we can see that when the time is less than an hour, the TiO2 slide is not, it will cause a pale film and a low current. But if the time is around 8 to 12 hours, the current will be higher And it is because we have more excited electrons and a higher voltage. But if we soak it for too long, the benefit will start to level off. Like when we over 10 hours, the dye molecule will be too much, so the effective conductive area will reduce, and it will increase the series resistance. It will cause the efficiency to saturate. Next, we look at the dye pH. We use mulberry juice, which contains anthocyanin dye. This dye works best under the acidic condition. At pH 2, using lemon juice, the performance is much better, about 69% higher efficiency compared to pH 12. This is because acidic dye, which is red, binds strongly to TiO2 and absorbs light more effectively. On the other hand, basic form of the dye doesn't attach as well and ends up reducing efficiency. Dye concentration and iodine. Iodine play a key role by helping the electrons back to the solar cell. And if it has more pigments, the more light it can capture. When we raising the concentration of KiO2 over I2 from 10 milligrams to 20 milligrams, the efficiency going from 0.5% to 0.56%. This is because it can produce more electrons. But if we have too much iodine, like 40 milligrams per milliliter, the performance dropped. It is because the iodine concentration, when it is too high, when the iodine concentration is too high, it will reduce the effective conductive area. So we can't have too much iodine. It will interfere the electrons movement in the cell. And we found out the best concentration is 20 milligrams per milliliter.
Now, you may wonder, even if our juicy solar cells aren't super efficient yet, we still love them because of their incredible environmental and economic benefits. There are two main reasons. One is the safety, and the other is the price. Well, juicy solar cells are green. Fruit peels that usually ends up in the trash now help make energy. They're safe, pretty safe. Even kids can handle them. And also, they're cheap. It's only around like $40 per one. Most importantly, it's a fun and easy way to show everyone that green technology can start with the leftovers in your kitchen. Besides, we also make sure that our project matches the scientific literacy in OECD. During the process, students ask real questions, test ideas, analyze data, not just follow the instructions on the textbook. And students solve problems too, like cracks or wiring issues, which help them build important skills. Next, students learn how to cooperate with their teammates. Just like real research team, one makes dye, another records the data, and the other writes the report. Our project also combines science to real life, like climate change. So learning can actually be meaningful. And our project supports 5 UN Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs. We promote clean energy for all, reduce our food waste, and cut down the carbon. It is also great for education too. Last, our conclusion and next steps. To sum it up, we made a working solar cell only using simple and safe stuff. The efficiency is about 0.5%, which might sound a little low, but that's not the point. What really matters is that it works. And it shows that how chemistry and nature can combine to solve real-life problems. And our best recipe, pH 2 dye, sold for 8 to 12 hours with 20 mg iodine. Next, we'll try to improve our materials and design the classroom models for everyone. Now, we're turning trash into clean energy, and that fits the SDGs. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Next, our friends from Sendai Seiryo Secondary School from Japan are going to tell us their magic behind paint. Their topic will be exploring a sustainable future through paint experiments. Please welcome the team.
Hello. We are from Sendai in Japan. Do you know Sendai? Oh, thank you. Actually, Sendai has a sister-still-like relationship with Tainan. We are Science Club at Sendai Seiryo Secondary School. Today, we'll present our research exploring a sustainable future through paint experiments. In today's world, people use many products without knowing what they are made of. For example, have you ever thought about what gives paint its blue color? When we asked other students, some common answers were plants or stones, but that's rare today. We were concerned that many people are not aware or curious about what everyday items contain. If this continues, we might unknowingly harm the environment through our daily actions. So we decided to investigate. We did two main things. To begin, paint is widely used, but few people know its ingredients. This time, we focused on a color called Prussian blue, like on our school badge. Prussian blue is also the name of iron compound. It was used in the Great Wave of Kanagawa. It is one of the most famous artworks in Japan. It also appears the 1,000 yen bill. Tomorrow marks 1 year since it was issued. Next, we surveyed people to raise environmental awareness through our research. This project connects SDGs 12, 14, and 15. By understanding paint ingredient and sharing this knowledge, we aim to promote responsible use. We hope our presentation inspires you to stay curious, try simple experiments, and take action toward achieving SDGs.
Now, let's talk about our paint analysis. We tested 4 paints labeled Prussian blue and one cystic version, which is actually an iron compound. To avoid confusion, we will refer to them by company names. First, we conducted 2 experiments, a flame test and an ion detection test. First, we burned colored filter paper to observe the reaction. Here is the result. Tanner and the painter show blue-green flame, a sign of copper. Almost all paints also produce small spark, a sign of iron. So we predicted the pigment content like this. But since the sparks were unclear, we moved on to the second test. Here is a method as shown on the slide. If iron is present, the liquid turned blood red after
these steps. Here are the results. Holbein, sakura, and synthetic Persian blue turn broad red, proving iron is present. Tanner turned faint red after centrifuging and adding potassium thiosinate again. Isn't it amazing such powerful reaction came from just one paint and a few chemicals? We washed paint away, but it might break down like this. Based on the result, we estimated the pigment. Pentel and Tanner likely contain cyanin blue, a copper pigment. Holbein, sakura, and Tanner likely contain Persian blue, a copper pigment. An iron pigment. While not highly toxic, but it can still cause pollution if not disposed of properly.
Next, we wonder, can experiment like this raise environmental awareness? To find out, we surveyed 10 junior students. We guided them through the same experiment, the flame test and iron detection test, and asked several questions before and after. Our goal, as shown in this chart, our goal was to see if this experiment could promote environment awareness. Here are the results. We focus on paint disposal habit. In question 0, before the experiment, most students said they washed paint directly in the drain, not eco-friendly. In question 1, after the experiment, nearly all students changed their answer to more eco-friendly ones, like wipe it off. This suggests even short experiments can influence behavior. Next, question 2 is this. All answered yes or a little. Question 3 is this. All students gave positive responses. No answer means someone left before finishing. In conclusion, even simple experiments can be powerful educational tools. They not only teach scientific knowledge, but also inspire behavioral change. We believe that sharing these activities can help to the SDGs by raising awareness and encouraging action.
In summary, we conducted 2 experiments and found that many blue paint contain copper and iron. These metals are not always harmful, but pigments with chromium, cadmium, cobalt, or lead can seriously harm our health and the environment. Through our investigation, we also found something surprising. Some paint labeled Prussian blue didn't actually contain the chemical compound known as Prussian blue. Some even had copper instead. This shows we can't always trust the product name. We should check more carefully what we are really using. When cleaning a paint, avoid washing it directly with water. Wipe it first to help prevent pollution and protect our water system. Next time you use paint, we hope you will remember our research and clean up in an eco-friendly way. And if you can, try this experiment. They are simple but effective at raising awareness. Many blue paint contain copper and iron, so they are easy to test. For example, burning blue paper may produce blue-green flame or a small spark, sign of copper and iron. This small experiment can spark your curiosity, and it is the first step toward responsible choices. This project supports SDGs 12, 14, and 15 by encouraging responsible use of material and helping prevent pollution of both land and water ecosystem. Here are the references. We hope our research inspires you, not just to learn about paint, but to start paying attention to all the things you use in daily life. Try experiment, stay curious, take small steps for the environment. This is the end of our presentation, but we hope it's the beginning of your awareness. If even one person changes how they think or act, then this is a success. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. So the next team, Tainan Deguang Catholic Senior High School, is going to share with us how extreme climate change events have affected underwater ecology. Their topic is investigating the effects of temperature and salinity variations of shellfish and algae caused by extreme climate change events. Let's please welcome them.
So, hello everyone, we are Group 7 and I'm Dai Yulin from Zheguang High School.
I'm Zhou Zhishen from Zheguang High School.
So today our topic is investigating the effect of temperature and salinity variations on shellfish and algae caused by extreme climate change events.
Global climate change is one of the most important challenges we face in our era, affecting ecosystem and altering weather patterns. Our project aims at SDGs-13, climate change, climate action, and we aim to investigate how environmental factors influence organisms.
Our study has two key variables, temperature and salinity. And throughout the experiment, we will monitor and record the survival status of organisms to understand how the environmental shifts impact their well-being.
We learned from the news that coral reefs are dying, but are they dying only because warming ocean temperature, or are there any other reasons? Due to this curiosity, we decided to go further.
So this is our inquiry process. And first, we took our step collecting and reviewing the literature, and then we control the specific water and salinity levels. And next, we gathered all the materials and then adjusted the water setting and prepared the individual containers. We then observed and documented the shellfish conditions, conducting analysis and comparisons.
Next, we check our assumption and summarize our findings. And this is the literature about how temperature affects algae. And this is the keywords we reviewed in our reference.
So in the study, we have two key variables, and the first one is fluctuations in salinity are the primary factor affecting the survival status of bivalves and algae. And while the another is fluctuations in temperature are the primary factor affecting the survival status of bivalves and algae. And this is the equipment that we use. We use salt to adjust the water and heated the water with an electric spoon and measured the temperature with the thermometer.
These are more detailed steps. In the first step, we found that we cannot just choose one species due to experimental doubts. So according to the literature review and the possible real-life condition, we choose two types of shellfish, golden clam and round clam.
Then we prepared 48 groups for each variables. The first and the last 5 groups represented extreme conditions. And we also prepared 6 control groups using average seawater temperature ranging from 18 to 24 degrees Celsius.
This is a simple illustration of our study. And the x-axis is temperature, and the y-axis is the golden clam survival rates. And this is the extremely low temperature, and this is the extremely high temperature. As we can see, the golden clam in the range of 18 to 24 are all survival.
So we found that golden clams are tolerant to salinity, but still it dies. So we saved the variables course, trying to focus on the temperature changes. And the results showed that golden clam themselves did not react significantly to temperature changes.
Next, algae died within 12 hours. Because of this, golden clam died of starvation within 24 hours. Continuous to these results, we found that temperature change will indirectly affect the growth of golden clam. To confirm this conclusion, we observed round clam. Even without algae, round clam able to survive for more than 3 days, showing that a short-term interruption in their food source has less impact on these two pieces. However, the high temperature of 40 degrees Celsius, the round clam also die.
So overall, this finding shows bivalves can tolerate salinity changes, and we found out that temperature not only directly impacts the bivalves, but also indirectly affects their survival through the food chain. We learned that everything in nature is connected. If one part changes, it can impact the whole system. And in our experience, we learned that it is important to protect the nature and keep it balanced. And in our experience, we should follow nature's rules and reduce harm to the experiment so that all living things can survive and grow.
Moving forward, to pay attention to and achieve the purpose of Sustainable Development Goal 13, our research can expand to explore such as global warming or ocean acidification. And we can also discuss such as pH value and wastewater or heavy metal pollution, as these may also affect ocean ecosystems. This is the reference we use in our experiment. We appreciate your time and attention. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. So next team of Kaishin High School, Japan, is about to speak upon fusion of eco and technology, racing towards the future with the scrap buggy. Please welcome them.
Hello, my name is Kotaro Nishiyama. I'm 17 years old.
My name is Taiga Fujimoto. I'm 70 years old.
Hello, I'm Morika Chimura. I'm 17 years old.
My name is Mikito Amano. I'm 17 years old. Recently, environmental problems have become serious. In the industry, the disposal of waste parts and used vehicles is a big issue. Therefore, Kaishin High School's automobile department has launched the Zero Hunger project. Since its establishment in 1972, our automobile department has been training engineers to support the local car industry. To combine practical learning with awareness of environmental issues, we have started a new challenge, making vehicles by reusing waste materials. This project contributes to the following SDGs. Goal 9, Industry, Innovation, and Infrastructure. Goal 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. Goal 13, Climate Action. By reusing parts donated by local car shops and refining them, we have achieved waste reduction and promoted recycling. Furthermore, through the production of vehicles with low environmental impact, we have explored the possibilities of sustainable mobility. Our school used to take part in races with eco-den cars, but due to recent reductions, we needed a new challenge. In 2022, a project to repair and restore buggy donated by an internship site launched. The completed car received high praise at our open school. With this success, the production of Zero Hunkers began officially. Thus, we started working on a new vision with a big theme. By making buggy cars using waste materials, we can reduce environmental impact and show the possibilities of sustainable mobility.
In September 2022, we started building our #1 car. Our goal is to proceed to All Japan High School Zero Hunger competition. So we changed the body shape to a style like F1 or racing. So we changed the body shape to a style like F1 or racing cars. We were trying to use as much waste material as possible within a limited budget. For example, 2 broken buggies and tires gotten from online shopping. Electrical work pipes found in the school garbage dump. A scooter engine provided by an acquaintance. We designed through building keeping safety in mind. The process was make the main sample parts, measure the size of the surrounding parts, assemble while adjusting. We adjusting the frame length by welding and bending. We used a scooter engine and utilized parts originally on the bike and scooter for the pedals and wiring. In March 2023, 6 months later, we succeeded in landing the #1 car. We succeeded at the research presentation class. Since then, a big project began to create custom-made by using waste material and challenge this. The Old Japan High School Zero Hunger competition is a motorsports competition for high school students using self-made vehicles equipped 50cc engines. Every year, many high schools bring their self-made machines and compete in their skills and ingenuities. In Japan, 100cc of engine displacement is expressed as 1. For engines with less than 100cc of engine displacement, it is expressed as 0. Ha means half from the English word half. Combined, it is called 0 han.
To vary to the number 2 car, we first overhaul the number 1 car and gather the necessary parts. Furthermore, as a new power source, students' parents provided as a supercar engine. The supercar engine suspension gear made driving smoother and improved stability. After watching actual race, we decided to build a safer, lighter, and stronger frame than the number 1 car. Use iron scale pipes for the frame, increase the strength with joint reinforcement, optimize the speed and power. The number 2 car achieved both weight reduction and durability with an electric arc pipe frame, and placed an easy-to-adjust carburetor-type supercarb engine behind the driver.
Before the race, we conducted a safety to check the wheelbase, the length between the front and rear tires, the tread, the weight of the left and right tires, safety equipment, and more. Although we were nervous because it was our first time participating, we passed without any problems. In the first qualifying drag race, we recorded 11.81 seconds with a smooth start, ranking 22nd out of 70. In the second qualifying 2-lap race, although the gap with the first place was large, we maintained second place easy to pass it. In the third qualifying round, we led at the beginning but lost speed due to engine trouble at the end. After a fierce battle, we finished second and missed the final. The cause was surging due to high rotations. This time our vehicle was heavy because we focused on safety and the fuel efficiency was less than 10 kilometers per liter. However, if we use lighter materials, fuel efficiency should improve significantly and become more environmentally friendly. In fact, the winning car was light and could refuel lighter than other cars in the final race. Better fuel efficiency. Also, I am convinced that by applying what we learned this time, we have potential to create vehicles that people in the future can use safely. The achievements gained for building zero-harm cars are as follows. 1. Cultivate an engineering perspective through acquiring welding techniques and devising engine placement. 2. Improve planning skills by proceeding with work within a limited time. 3. Deepen communication skills and teamwork by working together with classmates. 4. Develop problem-solving skills through managing trouble. 5. Experience the joy and sense of accomplishment of being challenged in creativity through manufacturing using waste materials. 6. Train flexible thinking skills.
This project aims to build a lighter and safe barrier by learning specialized skills through a division of labor system, working efficiently and making improvements through CAD design and data analysis. Furthermore, we aim to win the race by making things using waste materials and used parts, combining technology through video manuals and more. Through this project, we learn engine tuning and electrical work, improve our technical skills, and build a foundation for future engineers. The knowledge we gain can be used in manufacturing and the automobile industry, as well as practicing recycling in environmentally friendly technology. Furthermore, by working with local companies and using waste materials to make bargains, we aim to improve Japan's technological strengths and contribute to the SDGs, taking an important step toward future mobility development. We will continue to pursue this developing project. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much. So next, another team from Tainan. The sessions from Tainan Deguang Catholic Senior High School is about to share with us their research outcome. Their topic is analysis on urban planning zoning in Tainan City using telecommunication, signaling demographic data. Please welcome the team.
Hello everyone, we are students from Deguang High School, and it is truly an honor to be here today. I'm Josie, and this is Cindy and Stacy. Our topic today is analysis on urban planning zoning in Tainan City using telecommunications, signaling, demography data. And here's our content, roughly in 6 parts. Urban planning is not just about buildings and roads, it's about people. It's about who get access to serve like park, transport, and healthcare. And this raises key questions. Is our city being planned fairly for everyone? Currently, Taiwan's urban planning relies heavily on household registration data. This data is based on our cell phone signal. And while using this data, we can analyze it's based on our household registration data. And this data is from our registration populations. And so you may wonder, what is telecommunication signaling demography data? This data is based on our cell phone signal. When we're using our cell phone, the connection between the cell phone and the basement providers, this is a connection between each other, is where our data comes from.
Our goal is to reduce spatial inequalities, a key part of SDG-10. We looked into how Tainan's planning zones were defined, compared register rate and signaling populations, and suggested zoning updates based on how people actually live and move. We studied 3 types of zoning frameworks in Tainan: town plan, rural town plan, and special zoning district plan. Each of these frameworks served a different purpose and reflect how land is managed in different areas of the city. These zones aim to manage development and resource distribution, but as population patterns shift, zoning may no longer reflect current needs. So our core question is, do current zoning plans still support social equality and inclusive in Tainan? To explore this, we divided our study into 2 parts. First, we examined how Tainan's urban rural town special district plan were designated. Then, we compared population patterns using household registration and signal populations. This helps us assess how each zone performs in reality and identify areas for improvement. To do this, we relied on 3 key data sets.
And we use 3 main data sources in our research. The first one is Tainan City Urban Planning District.
And the second one is telecom signaling demographic data. And the third is household registration data. We put all these three data sets into address for analysis. We first create an overlay map that compares the household registration population with the designated urban planning zone. By comparing where people officially registered with where they actually appeared in telecom data, we identify some clear mismatches, and we categorize the possible reason into three main points. Number one is many planning zones were originally located in areas that had a higher population in the past. And number two is some areas were designated because they were lively or met planning criteria at the time. And the third is certain zones were established to meet special planning needs. And the map shown here include town planning area, rural town planning area, and special zoning district. And let's discuss these three parts separately. And we will first begin with the town planning. Most of these zones are in the former Tainan city or old Tainan county. Although the population have declined, they still receive the main planning resource. And meanwhile, after the city merger, many towns not fully included in town planning, and that due to the mismatches. And let's move on, rural town planning. After the city merger, many former towns become districts, but many of them still receive the outdated rural planning, and so the current plan cannot reflect the real need. And the last one is special zoning district planning. This zone were created for special goal. However, in practice, they often ignore present state population density and movement patterns. In short, our research shows that many plans no longer rely how people actually live and move. High usage areas still, some high usage area may lack sufficient infrastructure and survey, while low-density areas are still overplanned. And it creates a special inequality and highlight the need to adjust our urban planning based on real population data.
In this picture, we overlay the household registration data with telecom signaling data. And as you can see, in the red areas means that the active populations are more than the registered one, and for the yellow one, the two data are basically the same. And the green one are opposite from the red one, which means that the registered populations are more than the active one. Based on the last picture, we overlay the urban planning zone on it. We discovered theoretically, the red area should have more urban planning resource to invest. However, as you can see, there's not every red areas have the urban planning. So this proves that the system right now fails to reflect the current modern living realities. And we separate the pictures, that picture into town planning and rural town plan. And for result and discussion, we separate into 4 different parts in order to call back our objective. First, after reviewing the literature, we understand that the urban planning right now is based on the household registration data. We think that only use this approach doesn't always reflect the real movement and activity patterns of people. To address this, we use telecommunication signaling data to understand how people actually move and gather across the city in real time. This page shows that the area with low registered population can still have high active level based on the telecom data. This means people often work or study there even if they don't live there. So relying only on household registration data may lead to planning mistakes. After the 2010, the city-county merger, population pattern changed, but the planning stayed the same. Some growing areas still lack of proper planning, while some shrinking ones are over-prioritized. This shows that the need to update zoning based on the current data need. We classified our district into 6 different types: town planning and rural town plan, each with influx area, balance area, and outflow area. This typology allows for target policy design, helping officials adapt strategy to different regions' needs. To reach spatial inequalities and fulfill SDGs number 10, we recommend First, incorporate telecom data into urban planning. Second, rezone area to match real-time demography flows. Third, design trail policy for each zone type, ensuring resource go where people are more active, not just where they register. This creates a just inclusive and a data-driven city. In conclusion, planning based only on registration data creates invisible gaps. By using telecom signaling data, we can better understand the real dynamic population in real time. This supports SDGs number 10, reduce inequality by ensuring every community, regardless the location or formality, receive a fair and thoughtful support. And just like the open ceremony said, Tainan is a city full of histories and stories. As students, we shaped by the stories and streets there in Tainan, we dream of giving back to this city that raised us. We hope to making it not just better, but a brighter future. And that's our presentation today. Thank you for listening and attentions.
Thank you. So the session's last presentation will be brought to you by students from Wen-Chang High School, Malaysia. Their research topic is comparative study on energy conversion efficiency of a coconut processing waste and bagasse biomass in Malaysia. Please welcome them with a big round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, we will be presenting our team research, which is titled Comparative Study on Energy Conversion Efficiency of Coconut Processing Waste and Sugarcane Bagasse Biomass in Malaysia. We are students from Wen-Chang High School in Malaysia. I'm Ho Yufeng.
I'm Li Ziyu. I'm Ho Yushen.
Our team member, Lin Li Xing, are unfortunately unable to attend today. And we also want to thank our dedicated instructor, Ms. Fu Xiaoyu, for her guidance throughout this project. Our project is based on SDGs-1, affordable and clean energy.
Now, thank you, Yufeng, for the introduction. Now, let me give you guys a brief overview of the objectives that we plan to achieve in today's research. Firstly, we would like to compare the practicality of coconut shells, coconut fibers, and sugarcane bagasse as biomass fuels. Then, we would like to evaluate the combustion efficiency, ash content, and caloric value of each specimen. And lastly, we would like to provide a reference for the selection and application of biomass fuels in the future. Now, before we get started, let me tell you guys more about bioenergy, also known as biomass energy. It is a renewable energy source that comes from organic materials such as plants, animal matter, and waste. It can be converted into heat, electricity, or biofuels such as ethanol and biodiesel via combustion, gasification, and fermentation. Sources include wood, crop residue, manure, and algae. Why is bioenergy important? It is because it is a renewable energy source that has the potential to reduce fossil fuel usage in the future, making it a critical component in climate change activities. In Malaysia, various types of agricultural waste are abundant, such as palm, rice, coconut, and sugarcane. This makes it the perfect opportunity for biomass fuel conversion. So for today, we're going to be studying three main types of agricultural waste. Firstly, it will be coconut shells, then it will be coconut fibers, and lastly, it will be sugarcane bagasse, as they are the most common in Malaysia. Why should we study agricultural waste? It is to provide environmental sustainability and a new, more efficient, renewable energy source that has the potential to reduce fossil fuel dependence. We will also want to provide waste management solutions and utilize local resources to the max. Now, let me pass the mic on to Yushen.
Now, thanks Ziyu for sharing us the importance of agricultural waste study. Now, for the methodology that we use in our findings are as follows. Field survey and investigation, along with experiment, comparison, and practical application with cost analysis related to our biomass material. Now for our first methodology, we have done survey around the market area. Here are some examples. Now, why has the survey been taken? Well, the survey was conducted to extract information from our participants about how they will usually dispose their waste and where does the material coming from. Not only that, we are also interested in the process of how the wastes are made. Now for our first experiment, we have determined the moisture content that remains in our samples, which are namely coconut shells, coconut fibers, and sugarcane bagasse. Now, at the start of for the first step of our experiment, we will weigh out each of our samples one by one and put it under different conditions such as shade drying, indoor air drying, and sun drying. And the last step of the experiment, we will re-weigh our samples again after the drying session. And we actually repeated these steps for multiple times for several days until a constant mass has measured for accurate moisture content remain in our samples. Now in our second experiment, we have tested the combustion efficiency of our samples. Now unlike the last experiment, we have added a constant variable which is 10 ml of oil in order to keep our samples intact during the combustion and assist in combustion. Now, at the start of the experiment, we will weigh each of our samples in order to maintain a constant mass. Now, during the combustion, we will take note of the time of burning, how the flame is performing, and how abundant the smoke has produced during the combustion. Now, at the end of the experiment, we will then collect the residues and weigh it in order to find how much residues are left after the combustion. Now, for our last experiment, we have determined the density of our samples. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a proper measuring container. We have to do it on our own. And at the start of the experiment, we will fill our container with 500 ml of water, which is 500 cm3. Then during the experiment, we will first weigh our samples and then put it into the container in order to find the volume difference. Now let's dive into the result of all of our experiments. Now in the first experiment, sun drying has outperformed the other drying methods with a whopping average of 0.107% of moisture content drying out per day. And we also find that coconut shell has the lowest moisture content, which is around 0.206% of moisture content. Now for our second experiment, coconut shell has shown the highest combustion efficiency, which is 70 minutes and 45.5 seconds of burning time, and it produced the minimal smokes during the combustion and leave the least residue after the combustion. Now, through a series of calculations, we have found that coconut shell has the slowest combustion rate, which is around 0.022 gram per second. Now, for our last experiment, coconut shell has also the highest density among the other samples, which is around 2.003 gram per cm3. Now let me conclude the research of our studies. Coconut shell is the most effective medium for biomass energy as it has a steady flame and produce a minimal smoke during the combustion and leave the least residue after the combustion. Now, a higher combustion efficiency means a more controlled burning, and a higher density means a longer period of burning time and a more effective medium for combustion.
Thank you, Yuxian, for explaining and concluding our experiments. Now, let me tell you guys about the challenges that we encountered along our research journey. So firstly, it is the lack of specialized equipment that was needed for precise measurements. Then, it is the time constraints that was required for careful planning and efficient task delegation. And lastly, it is the difficulty in obtaining waste management data. So, because of these problems, we came up with various different solutions to overcome them. Firstly, to make up for the lack of equipment, we used improvised equipment, such as kitchen scales and stopwatches to make up for them. Then, to make up for the lack of data, we narrowed down our geographic scope down to local businesses and obtained data from them instead. This proves that this research was needed flexibility, creativity, perseverance, and teamwork to achieve success, and also demonstrated that our team can achieve meaningful results despite the lack of resources. Now, of course, not everything was perfect. Over time, we hope to improve our time constraints by implementing structured schedules. Then, we will want to make up for our lack of apparatus by borrowing from others while also expanding our sources of data and strengthening team communication. We will also want to make up for our lack of experience by self-learning and implement more structured methods inside our research, such as controlled trials and statistical analysis, which will help reduce potential errors, refine our methodology, and strengthen our research outcomes. In the future, we will want to collaborate with the university so that we will be able to use more advanced techniques, such as carbonization, pelletization, and binders to help enhance biomass fuel efficiency and durability. We will also want to explore other agricultural byproducts and alternative applications, including biodegradable materials and soil enrichment. Lastly, we will want to work with communities, organizations, and agencies to improve practical application and promote sustainable practices. That's it for our research presentation. Thank you.
So all teams of session 1 have done their presentations. And now it's time for comments and feedback. Today, it's our honor to have Professor Taichung, Professor Wang Haowen, and Professor Liu Guangyan to give us valuable comments and feedback. So firstly, let's invite Professor Taichung to give us some feedback.
Okay, so firstly, I would like to say congratulations to these 10 teams. Okay, since your research and your performance are very excellent. Okay, so actually, even this is a students' conference, but I do believe I already saw that your performance and your presentation and your research topic selections are very professional. So I would like firstly to say congratulations to these 10 teams. And because it's very competitive, all of you doing very good job. So actually it's very competitive. So it's very tough time, difficult time for us 3 judges. But I would like to still sincerely invite our judges to give you some suggestions and comments. First, I would like to invite Professor Wang Haowen from the National Cheng Kung University.
Thanks, Professor Tsai. So, hi everyone. So, I have to say it's a pretty tough to be the member in this judge team. From the session 1, so all the 10 groups, I think all of you have really well prepared, no matter how you find a topic, and also how you proceed all the experiment or proceed all the analytical process. And also, I also can deeply feel all the members, probably you have a lot of time on the rehearsal part, right? And also, I also very impressed of your English presentation abilities are unbelievable good. And due to the time limitations, and I think I can simply give you some common comment, okay? And I think the part of you, each team only have 10 minutes. So that's why all of you try to squeeze your time and squeeze your all your tons of result and to present in these 10 minutes in your group. So that's why probably you couldn't really show all the details, what you spent, or all the, for example, for some groups. And I would suggest you can spend a little bit, 1 or 2 minutes to express your backgrounds and to at least, especially to let all the audience can quickly go into your stories and can quickly get your point to also can enjoy your talks. And the second, I will say, for us, it's hard to judge because I'm the biologist. I'm a very, very typical biologist. So I learned microbiology, plant, animals, everything. So that's why for me, so I can quickly get what the topic in some different teams. But also I'm a scientist because due to the long time training, I also can quickly get what the different teams, especially on the science part. And I think the second comment, so it's probably not you all as your not fault, your problem, because you can easily feel it from the screen, so you can see everything very in details. And I'm very impressed on this screen because I think the most of the space or in your schools or in some presentation rooms, probably the projector is not so bright, not so detailed. So that's why probably you prepare some pictures are very large size, or the final comment I would suggest probably all of you can think about and to after this, because I think some of your teams will keep continue your topics. Probably you can think about how to discuss with some advisors to try to set up the different control groups. And because control group is very important to can emphasize or can fully support your conclusion, or the very good control groups can also give you some different opinion, different hint to find out what your next can keep going. Okay, so that is my very short comment. The last, congratulations, you did very, very good job. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Professor Wang. And the second one, we would like to invite Professor Liu Guangyan, and he's also from the National Chen University, to give the comments.
Thank you, Professor Chai. And I think my job is to finish the comments as quick as possible. So first, again, I want to thank and I want to congratulate all the teams to finish the presentation. I really do some notes, so I will read the sentence very quickly. I think from this process, all teams understand the importance of the inquiry and the practice, and you try to solve the real-life problems. That's the very important message. The question should be solved, and they should be close to your life. Otherwise, it is meaningless. And each team fulfill the process, including the observation, the development of your concept, the design of your test, and finish the test, and you do the analysis of your data, and do the discussion on the final result, and find something important. I also found something very interesting is about the recycling and the energy issue, which caused the attention from the most of the groups. And one comment is, for each team, I think the big challenge is how to finish your project, your research in the very short limit of time, material, and budget. So how to control the parameter again, as Professor Wang mentioned, you have to have the well design of your experiment. Otherwise, it's very hard to discuss your final result. And another comment is, I found that the topics covers a wide range, but also you have some restraints or limits. And some groups right now is in a very beginning phase, but some already goes to the application stage. But all over the process, I found one thing important is probably sometimes you need to contact the government. Probably they already have the solution, but you find, okay, this is an important issue you try to solve, but you don't know what happened from the point of view of the government. So that's another issue you maybe can keep in mind. And I expect all of the teams can continue to invest in your research in the future, and all the research works can be applied to the real world and solve the real world problem. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Professor Liu. Okay, so next I'm going to also give you several suggestions. Okay, so as I was saying that even this is just only the students' the conference, but your performance are very excellent. So actually, this is very competitive. So the suggestions I'm going to give you is which you can make a big progress on the competition and try to make you to get much better performance in the near future. Okay, so firstly, I think these 10 teams, the topic are very interesting. And also probably your topic selection comes from your location, your life, or your major, or the knowledge you are studying. Okay, that's very good. But if I try, besides the motivation, I do which you can try to cite some professional articles, like try to survey some literature to support your research idea. Okay, so why you have to cite one or two professional articles? That can give you the big support to tell the audience why the topic you selection is very important. So maybe afterwards you can find some professional articles or literature to support your research idea. That's a very good thing, because I find that in the number, I remember it's like a number, it's a team 4 or which team, they try to find the one published article to tell us how to guide them how to do the sample selection. It's very good, okay. And the second thing is that, okay, and you can also try, besides the literature, I suggest you can also some like the government already published on the website data or statistics. They can support how important your finding is. Okay, and I think if you do the survey, and if you do the survey, the research, use some simple statistics methodology to analyze this data is very important. Okay, and I think no matter what kind of research topic is, in the final conclusion, you still have to come back to corresponding to the problems of currently SDGs and try to propose your findings in your research to solve any daily life, that will be important to make your research topic to corresponding to today's SDG in the practice and the theory. Okay, that's all my suggestions. Thank you.
Thank you, professors. We'll be having a lunch break shortly. Our staff will lead you to the dining areas. This venue will remain open for conference preparation. The conference will resume at 1:30 this afternoon. Please be aware that there will be 3 presentation venues for international group this afternoon. After lunch break, please follow the staff to a designated venue for the afternoon sessions. You can also find the information on each team's file holder. For lunch, please pay attention to the following announcement. Teachers of the international group, please enjoy your lunch at the exhibition hall in the Phoenix Bus Cafes. Our students will lead you to the dining areas. 我们先请国际组的老师先行用餐，我们志工同学会带队到凤和子咖啡。